The newly turned dastardly heels, the Young Bucks, were on the Talkin' Shop podcast with the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Doc Gallows, if you're into that shit. And this was a fun little podcast. Talkin' Shop's not really an interview. They don't really ask questions or anything. It's not your typical podcast format. It's very much just a conversation. They showed a little clip of it actually on Being the Elite. Essentially, they put their fucking iPhone down on the table and they just bullshit and they just talk. So in this episode, they talked about there was this fun little spot where Matt Jackson accidentally sent a screenshot of his fucking bank account to a bunch of the wrestlers. And apparently the guy's fucking loaded. So there's that. So that was a fun little story. They talk about that for a little while. Gallows says it got his dick hard, so that's fun. But here's this clip from the Talkin' Shop podcast with the Young Bucks, talking about their interactions with Triple H.
He's great.
One of the great charmers of our business.
I must have spent 10 hours on the phone with that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe more total.
How close were you? So, let's get to that.
Yeah, how close were you guys?
I'll tell you this. One time, at the very beginning of negotiations,
because the money gets so big at some point.
This is before AEW.
And your money is before AEW. I remember I talked to him a few times, and this guy, he's so smart because we would start a call, and within the first few minutes of the call, he would already have a second call booked in a week or whatever. Like he was so clever. This 5-minute conversation turns into 45 minutes. Now we're like,
it's fun to talk to him.
It's great.
Yep. And everything he said was right. He's like, listen, if you guys do the indies, yeah, you could go make $1 million, but hey, what if you get injured? That money's not guaranteed.
He said that to us about coming here.
And we saw that, and he's like, you guys can make money for your kids. Come here. I'm like, wow, that's incredible. Yeah.
That's one of the stiffest lines.
Don't worry, you did it.
I want to watch your children grow up.
Yeah.
Right. By the end of that conversation, he offers me the first deal, which is a lot of money. Between the two of us, it's probably close to $1 million, right? And I hang up the phone. I remember shutting the thing, and I go to Dana, and I go, we might be going to the WWE. So I told Dana, I'm blown away. Right then, we knew our street value. We were like, wow, because we weren't even.
That was just the first offer.
That was the first offer.
Yeah.
That was offer one.
Anything was possible. We were talking Impact. We were talking to staying with Ring of Honor. We were talking with WWE, obviously. And then we had Tony.
Yeah, this was something that they go into much more detail about in their book, but it's basically the same exact story. They were courted heavily by Triple H. They were called constantly. Triple H was always following up with them, always throwing more money at him, according to the Young Bucks anyway. But they've told the same exact story in their book, that the offer just kept going up, and this was really a thing where Triple H was really trying to secure the services of the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. And he was smart to do so because Triple H is a smart guy. I would argue there is, and I'll gladly hear your case, but I dare say that there's no bigger ever in the history of independent wrestling since the territories closed and there was only WWE, maybe WCW, maybe TNA, and everything else was the indies. I venture to say that the Young Bucks were the biggest indie stars of all time. Hard to argue. They have Funko Pops. Name another indie star who had Funko Pops. Oh, wait. Hold on. Exactly. So Triple H knew he had a gem on his hand. He knew that he needed the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. And if AEW went to started, they absolutely should have signed that contract. But I think AEW is the right place for them because they're able to be... They are the mainstream indie. They are the television indie promotion. WWE is always going to be WWE, and nobody will ever beat them. Not even AEW, never on their best day. Even though they're with, Raw was, they're literally like 700,000 viewers apart at this point, which is a lot, but not really. Not even, no. They're like, what? 500,000 viewers apart at this point? Not even. The latest Raw only did 1.5 million? AEW did 1.2 million. They're close. They're very close. But there will only be one WWE. AEW is the alternative. And this was a long-winded fucking sidebar of a sidebar of a sidebar to say Triple H tried to fucking sign the Young Bucks and they didn't want to do it. Go check out the fucking... Hey, I'm trying to put on a show here. Fuck off, all right? If I just said what happened, then I would be a fucking... just a boring news guy. I gotta put on a show for you. I am a podcast journalist, first and foremost, but I'm also here to entertain you guys. So that's what I do. Go check out Talkin' Shop. Young Bucks are on there. They do a little clip of it on Being the Elite. Check that out too. Check it all out. Just check.
Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah, and you can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Oh yeah, dig it.